Look at that. I think actually majority of people don't know how tunable Saabs are. Another good, well, according to UK and also Nürburgring standards, this is a good morning. If it's raining, I mean, yeah, it's casual here. Anyway, today we are going back to our beloved Nürburgring. Yeah, well, we technically live inside Nürburgring, so we're going back to Nürburgring, but we're going to Nürburg. But first, we have no other choice than go to Otter Sanctuary. Yes, we're going there with Mike, the fellow you saw yesterday with his amazing Saab 500. I wanted to say, no, it's Saab 95, but with 500 horsepower. Just one more thing, a tip. We had amazing room service, and this is just something you could consider doing if you're in a foreign country with a foreign currency and usually you just don't know what to do with change. Of course you can save it to get something at the airport, but usually you can pay there with card as well. And that was a very interesting point from Diana.
They like clean dirty underwear from the floor. Like I would not even consider touching it. So great, thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you for leaving dirty underwear on the floor in the first place.
It was yours. It was your pink underwear, Misha.
I left the do not disturb thing on the door, so
they took it away, so
yeah, then
could have amazing service.
Okay. Let's go get some breakfast.
Yes, please.
I wouldn't call it typical English breakfast, but I guess black pudding. Can you get it in Germany?
What, black pudding?
Yeah.
No.
That's
I mean, it's you can get it, but it's different. It's like brown. It has a lot of fat. To be fair, I've never had black pudding.
Okay. Well, enjoy. Who wants to hump the hump sign? Well, maybe not today. And the fast forward to Bradbury, and I see our taxi is already waiting for us, and it's a typical Nürburgring weather. Hello.
Morning.
That's amazing taxi. So unfortunately, as we were on our way here, I received a message from Mike that the Otter Sanctuary is closed today. So we have no other choice than to go to the... Where are we going now?
We're going to Jodrell Bank Radio Telescope
Okay.
to look at the spaceships.
Yeah.
And the space otters.
Space otters. Yeah, this is something Diana really likes. Oh, you're prepared for everything, huh?
Oh yes.
Cool.
Every eventuality.
Oh, very nice. Well, let's open. Could you open the bonnet one more time, because we have a bit better lighting conditions. So for people who want to see it, look at that. Yeah, that's definitely better lighting conditions than yesterday.
Here's like the tow cord. When you need to tow a car, you just unwrap the shit.
Okay.
Never thought of using it, but
well, you learn something every day, huh?
it's such a good idea. Yeah.
It's great. It's great. Cool. Well, let's hop in and go to and beyond. So yesterday, because of the tourist reasons, we had to avoid highways. It's not that we had to avoid, but we just we didn't go on. So now we are on a highway, and that gives us some opportunity when the road will be straight to show you what this car is kind of capable of, or not capable, so to say. So we're doing like what, 80 miles per hour now?
Yes.
Yeah. And then if you floor it, it just goes into wheel spin.
Let's see, shall we?
Yeah.
I have a question. Why did you pick this car up above? Okay.
Above anything.
Above everything else.
Yeah.
Genuinely because a friend of mine bought one who'd always had Saabs. I'd always liked Saabs, but never had one before. So I went to look for one, found this, fell in love with it straight away. I've always had a thing for big saloon cars. I like big fast saloon cars because I like the sleeper element as well. So I like, you know, things like M5s and VXR8s and all that sort of thing. And I bought this, but when I bought it, I had no idea about how tunable they were.
I think actually majority of people don't know how tunable Saabs are, or Volvos for that matter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it started there, but for the first 12 months I owned it, I didn't do anything to it at all. And then...
When did it go wrong?
When did it all start going wrong?
Well, I misgeared it and damaged my cylinder head. So when it went in for repair, I decided when it came back, I'd bought a 3-inch downpipe for it. So I put that on, and I bought a MapTun ECU from eBay that had already been done to what they call stage 1. And it began from there. And then I met quite a few people in the Saab scene who had tuned cars and who were, were very sort of seasoned. And it just began the slippery slope. But then you come across all the things that you have to do. You want to, of course, the first thing is, of course, you want it to go faster. But then because you need it to go faster, you need it to stop faster. So you need to think about brakes. And then because it's going faster, you start to need to think about things like suspension and limited slip differentials and so on and so on. And it just goes forever. It's a labour of love. But I researched I think I said yesterday, I researched everything. I spoke to people like Abbott Racing. I spoke to MapTun, a very good friend of mine, A.D. Summerfield, who's very sort of au fait with these. A lad called Carl Viner, who does all the mapping for them, so he goes under the name of Noob Tune. So if you've got a Saab that you want tuning, speak to Carl. And between us, we came up with what we now have.
Yeah.
And it took, I think it took about 4 or 5 years to get it where it is. The only thing that still.
But it's nice. I mean, on average, 100 horsepower per year.
Yeah, it's going some. And the amazing thing is, the car is now 17 years old, or nearly 17 years old, 18 years old even now, sorry. And it's still only done 97,000 miles from new. Although I've rebuilt the engine twice since I've had it. Which was, first of all, to put a set of pistons in. And then when we realised we were going to fit a bigger turbo than originally anticipated, we pulled the engine apart again and put a set of forged rods in as well.
Yeah, so actually you rebuilt it.
No, I like to think so, but we have a motto. I tend to destroy everything I touch. I don't know if I'm allowed to say on camera the exact words that we use.
Oh, of course you are.
Am I? Okay, the motto is don't fucking touch it, Mike. Because
just stay away.
I just break everything I try. I always go in with the best intentions in the world, and then the whole thing just falls apart very quickly.
Like spontaneous.
Yeah, so I'm very fortunate to have some really good friends who know this stuff, who have bailed me out on more than one occasion. But it's been great. We've rebuilt the engine. The first time we rebuilt the engine to put the pistons in, we did that in the snow on my driveway with a gazebo in a gale. And it was just the best thing ever.
Oh, maybe we can have some wheel spin here.
Yeah, there's actually a speed camera here.
Oh.
Or there used to be one just here.
But when you have wheel spin, you're not going forward.
That's true. But the thing that's always amazed me about this is the engine's never lost any of its, I don't know what the word is, tractability. There's no drama.
Yeah.
It doesn't ever sound like it's being thrashed or, it's being wrung out. It always sounds like it always has, even when it was standard. It's a bit noisier with the exhaust and with the open filter, but that's about it.
No, you wouldn't say that the car is actually tuned to the amount of power that it actually has, because, well, you see that it has an aftermarket exhaust, but like you could have seen in yesterday's video, it doesn't really sound that, or should I say, tuned or bad. And here inside we can perfectly talk to each other, communicate, whereas with the Cupra of ours, when we just took out the interior and me and Diana took it to Garrett exhaust and to JRZ to measure the suspension, we're like, what are you saying? No, we're not going over speed limits, and it's only doing 3,000 RPMs, but we cannot hear each other. So yeah, it's well, obviously it has all the interior inside, so it's hard to compare things, but yeah, that's what we do. We compare cars because we like cars.
I find it very civilized. You can drive it and it's great fun when you're on it, but when you don't want to be on it, if you just want to cruise, it cruises like it always used to. You can cruise at 70 miles an hour on the motorway, and the end, it's silent, and it just kind of wafts along and does its thing.
Yeah. Just it's kind of appeared to me that I enjoyed making today's video yesterday, just hearing Mike talking about his passion about his car. And question to you guys, maybe this is something we should do more often, because it's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure there are many people, well, many guys among you who have this type of project, but for example, don't want or don't dare to go on the Nürburgring. Or the thing is with Nürburgring, because I explained it to you more often, it's kind of difficult to film it all the time because I need to request media permission to do it in the official way because Nürburgring media licenses and such. But this is something we could do, just drive on a public roads, like, you know, you can come to Apex with your ride and we just go for a ride and you can tell us more about it, because I'm pretty sure there are many people among you with some interesting stories like Mike has. So yeah, this is something we can think about.
You can also just fly us out and we'll come to your country and drive your car and stuff.
First class, of course.
yeah. And the taxi should be no less than a 500 horsepower Saab.
We won't do it for less than 500.
It's an amazing hatch. Reminds me of the Nürburgring before 1970. Oh, there it is. And it's hatch again. Oh, there, and it's hatch. Oh, radio quiet zone. Switch off mobile phones. Well, that's gonna be a problem.
Maybe you need to just do airport mode.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Do you think phones, like in 100 years, are gonna have spaceship mode?
Ask Elon Musk.
The Otter mode.
Otter mode. Otter space mode and stuff.
Oh my god, there's so many stars here, but I only need one.
Images with radio images and X-ray images, so we can see all of the mechanisms. So that the supernova explosions.
Oh, look at that! It's actually moving. I'll need to time lapse this probably. I wonder how long does it take it to do a lap?
Probably golf times.
Cutie golf times or Glove Sport S Plus?
Under 7 minutes.
Now here is something special, not the big dish, but the small dish. Well, actually, when you stand next to it, it's pretty big. I apologize for the wind, but apparently, what it can do. So let's wait till Diana is in place and we can talk to each other. What do they look like?
Oh my god! Wow, how does this even work?
Say something more. This is so awesome. Just a bit of info. When it was built in 1957, it was the largest telescope in the world. And now let's get out of wet and wind.
Strange thing that's happened to me in my job here at Jodrell Bank Observatory was an art performance a few years ago. I even had a score to follow to make the telescope dance with the music and lights.
I was expecting aliens and stuff.
Yeah, man. Like some ET stuff. No, I play music with my telescope.
Ooh, crabs.
Crabs.
What would you press? Never press the red button, so that's what I'm gonna do. Can I press the green button too? Oh, then the green button moves.
Do both.
Ooh.
Whee. Brightness? I don't understand this. Oh, this is how it works to find planets. So this is like how they're like Kepler is finding exoplanets, like Earth-like planets. They just, because you cannot see such a tiny planet like from a telescope, so they zoom in on the star, and every time brightness goes down with like 0.01%, it means that there's a planet in between.
Why is your car knowledge not as big as your space knowledge? Okay, let's see who's hot and who's cool.
My face is white, like it's not even yellow, it's white.
I think I'm cooler. Draw the Nürburgring. Okay.
What's up with you and breaking these glasses? Oh man.
Now I'm cool.
That's a profile picture, man.
Now I'm properly cool. I'm a space slug.
Space slut?
Slug. Okay, we're done with exposition. Now time to get some souvenirs and have our mind blown. Pull. Whoa. I don't think we have enough snow in Nürburgring. Let's make our own. Okay, time to go to the airport. And by the way, is this the ignition? Wow. I thought that the window, yeah, the window buttons. Yeah, we're in the wheat.
Typical Saab.
Yeah, we're in the wheat business.
It's a security thing. You lock the car in.
He has a camera in the engine bay. Look.
Yeah, camera in the engine bay, Diana. It's a
Yeah,
live
it's
camera.
how cool is that? He's like living in 2030 while we're just like still in 2018.
That car is way too quiet. Well, it has come time to unfortunately say goodbye to Mike and his beloved Saab. Last thing, important little detail that we haven't seen yesterday or today, the saying, she's meanness set to music and the bitch is born to run. Now, for the connoisseurs, of course you can Google it. Now, I'm not gonna ask you to put from which movie it is because everyone can Google it nowadays and tell what it's from. Might as well tell it now, it's from Mad Max. It's from the original one with Mel Gibson.
Film,
yeah, with Mel Gibson. Amazing one, yeah. Yep. Well, once again, thank you very much
You're very welcome,
for your
my friend. Good to
hospitality.
see you. Thanks, Dan.
And
Have a
see
safe
you at the
flight.
Nürburgring.
Yes, definitely. Have
Yeah.
a safe flight.
Thank you very much. Remember what we said? Close your eyes, extend your right foot, think of Foxhole.
Yeah.
Or the Eau Rouge, if you like Spa.
I did. Bye, Manchester. You were great. 3, 2, 1, go.
Launch control.
How does this plane keep having traction though? Like, is it running rain tires?
And why does it have wheel spin?
Yeah. Does it have wheel spin?
I don't know. Maybe it has flight spin. It definitely has a wingspan of the Nürburgring. Oh my god. It's Patrick. Patrick is waiting for us. Amazing. Not a 500 horsepower Saab, but still fine. Bye, Patrick. There is no room for you between us.
Decided, Misha, I did not have any say in this.
No,
No.
I don't want you to cheat on me.
With the
I know you like,
starfish.
I know you like stars, but
And
one day
fish.
I will be a star
I
too.
like also fish and
Fi-
sea.
Efficiency. Get in the car, you. Fast forward into the food chat and we are back at our lovely home. It's good to be out, but it's better to be home.
Yes.
Like Russians say, в гостях хорошо, а дома лучше. I don't know, do you have some similar saying in English or Belgium? Or, Ost-West is best.
Yeah, genau.
East-West, home best. Yeah. I think that's
There's
also...
no place like home.
Okay. Well, we have a new guest. That's Patrick. And we have another update. Netflix and chill. I actually got the subscription myself now, so we can watch it in 4K. Because,
Thanks, Tim. Thanks for
thanks Tim.
rendered
Because before
services.
that we were leeching Tim's account, and now we have our own. And yeah, so since we played out the Family Guy and BoJack Horseman, we are now starting with the Punisher. I really like the first series, and now let's go for the second. I mean, first
episode.
First episode, yeah. And food, yum. Well, see you guys tomorrow when we are gonna go to Rentak, by the way. Check out their new building. Yep, and their new car. So, see you in tomorrow's vlog. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. It's difficult. Yeah, whatever. Well, let's move to the main star of today's show.